Hi there, this is Tony Barton,
And I'm Terry Rogers.
and we are in Wichita, Kansas at the Kansas GOP Convention. Be courageous, and we've had a number of interviews today.
Great.
You
Yeah.
know, it's been interesting because some have been from individuals from last time, and then there have been new interviews.
Yes.
And it's been really good. I mean, there's a lot of activism. There are people who are really excited and motivated this election cycle, and it's been really good. It's been good to talk to people. I'll tell you what, Chris Kobach laid it out there.
He did.
That was really good.
A lot of our guests have really laid it out
Yeah.
there, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we know everyone's having fun and they're busy. And so we appreciate everyone who takes the time to speak with
Oh,
us.
absolutely. And so,
Like-
without further ado, we have Caryn Tyson here with us, who's running for state treasurer. And, you know, when I was in the State House, Caryn was there, and, you know, we became friends. And so it's really good to have you here to talk about whatever you want to talk about, which
State
would be
treasurer's
not at all. All right,
And
how's
I'll
that
tell you,
going?
I'm a big fan of Be Courageous. You guys
All
do
right.
a great
Thank you,
job.
Karen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like us
I
on
know Tracy
Facebook,
does.
everyone.
That's
Be
There you go.
courageous.
Yeah.
How are
So,
things going?
Things are going very well.
Yeah?
Very well. We have a lot of momentum coming our way. You guys know I'm grassroots.
You
have
bet.
a lot
Absolutely.
of contacts throughout the state.
Yeah.
We're really excited about this race and what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much that can be done with the treasurer's office.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people think it's about unclaimed property because that's all you hear state treasurers talk about.
Well, I remember.
Speaking of that, no.
Yeah. Wasn't that Ron Estes? He would always say, I'm the guy everybody likes
Yeah,
because I give you your money back.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a right.
But it does so much more. It's
Yeah.
how we invest our money, where we invest our money. You sit on a couple of boards, PMIB, CAPERS board. We monitor, the state treasurer's office monitors the LINKS program. Are you guys familiar with those?
I am not.
Low income, low interest
Oh.
loans that help Kansans, that
Oh, okay.
local banks give out short-term loans.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, so it's Kansas first.
So
That's
you
part of our
provide
thing. Yeah,
accountability in all of these different avenues that,
you do. There's a lot to it, and
Yeah.
that's one of the things I want to do with the treasurer's office is all transactions online. So it's completely transparent
Wow.
for Kansas taxpayers.
and not that software and that kind of thing isn't in your wheelhouse, right?
It
It is, I
is in
know.
our wheelhouse.
Absolutely it is.
You went
So
right in.
I often wonder, when you're doing a statewide race, what is it like going from, let's say, Leavenworth to Johnson County, Wyandotte, way out west? I mean, do you go way out west?
I've been in every county in the state of Kansas.
Wow.
105
That's a
counties,
lot,
so-
folks.
Yeah, well, I'm from Kansas. I
Yes.
was born and raised. I
Yeah.
was born in Norton area
Mhm.
and raised in central Kansas. We live in the eastern part of the state. Some people joke, my husband's fifth generation rancher, and that bug bit. So now I live on the eastern part of the state. But,
So
yeah,
what's it like when you go around? 'Cause I mean, it's a statewide campaign.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love, there's always a connection with Kansans, with
Mhm.
families, with friends, with people that care about what's going on in our state, and
Mhm.
grassroots conservative.
Mhm.
And so I love making those connections
That's
and
awesome.
reconnecting with people that I
Yeah.
hadn't seen in a while. So,
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We're excited for you.
Yeah.
So as you're doing this, as you're running, are people, like you're saying, most people look at the state treasurer, and it's like giving stuff back, or, you know.
It's so
But do
important.
people understand the nature of your job as to what
Well,
is
that's
really
part of
required,
what we're
and what
doing
you're
is
doing is
exposing that.
to
Yeah,
to understand, a greater understanding of what
Yeah.
you actually have to
So-
do, which is a lot.
Yeah, what I want to do with the treasurer's office, besides the transparency, is how we're investing our money. We want to invest in Kansas values. And most people probably didn't even realize it until Russia and Ukraine. And we do have investments in Russia.
Really?
In Capers retirement. And my opponent
Really?
literally is on record saying he doesn't think the legislature should get involved in divesting those investments. He thinks that we probably shouldn't take a look at that. I totally disagree with that. I think we absolutely need to take a look in divesting not only from Russia, but other regimes like China and other countries, dictatorships. We should not have papers money put in such vulnerable investments because they could just pull the money. It's not like a U.S. stock market
Right.
where we have parameters and laws that you work within. And, sometimes they break the law, but for the most part, you know what you're investing in. But when we invest in these foreign countries, they have different parameters than we do. And we need to make sure we're investing in Kansas first.
Wow,
Who
I
makes
had
the
no
dec-
idea we were invested out of.
Country.
Who,
Oh, more
who
than
makes
you
the
know.
decision to do that?
Well,
How does that come about? I mean,
the-
you're looking at Russia because right now we're like Russia. What's going
Well,
on?
the Capers Board and the
Mhm.
PMIB Board make those decisions
Really?
on the investment. And the state treasurer sits on those boards. So you can help influence them and educate them
Mhm.
as to why we should not be in those types of estimates. And somebody will say, well, Russia, you were getting an approximate 12% return. Well, I say, look at the risk that you were getting for
Right.
that 12%
Right.
to go to zero. And you could get that with any stock, but
Mhm.
we need to, Kansas first. We need
Yeah,
to make sure
absolutely.
that we're helping Kansas first.
So I think you bring up a good point about our money is being invested.
Mhm.
It's not just sitting in a bank account somewhere. So
Some of it.
some of it is,
Yeah.
but some of it is invested
Mhm.
and some of it out of country. Do we also have investments in country?
We do.
And what kind of investments would those be?
We have several different ones. They're actually posted. You can go out and look on the state treasurer's website,
Okay,
and you can look at the Capers website and the PMIB board website,
great.
and you
Thank
can find those. But I want to make them even more transparent,
Okay.
more visible, so that people know where our tax dollars are at.
Amen.
Yeah.
And we all have to find time in our busy lives to actually stay on top of everything. You
We
know,
do.
these days we're just being attacked from all sides. You know, the curriculum in our schools and just everything is, and so we're busy, and that's how things pass us by because we're all busy. But you're right. That's a great way to start.
It
Is
is.
going on to the Kansas. Tell us again where the Capers website.
Yeah, the PMIB board
Okay.
has a website, and then the state treasurer's office has a website too.
Okay.
But you can find it. And Tony knows when we were in the legislature, it's very difficult. We get a budget, but we don't get to see the actual
That's right.
expenditures.
Mhm.
As a state treasurer, I would like to post all that online.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
It would-
awesome.
Would be a
That
great
is-
tool for legislators and for us
Yeah.
I
taxpayers.
like
You
that
bet.
idea.
Thank
Karen.
you.
You bet.
That's
Thank
a
you, guys.
really
You bet.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
you
you.
know, you bring up a good point about busyness in life,
Mhm.
right? And how the average citizen is kind of inundated with their life and
Mhm.
they're working. So we need people like Caryn
That's right.
who we can trust that will be in office
Amen.
to take care of it. We have the
Amen.
confidence that that's what's
Mhm.
going to happen. So
Sure.
I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that you're running, and I think it's great.
Thank you
And,
guys so much. There's
just
so much more
keep-
we could talk about, but I know
Sure.
we're limited.
Well,
And,
yeah,
I appreciate
If
it.
there is-
we'll come back again.
Yeah,
We'll
okay,
come
there
back
you
again.
go.
We'd
All
love
right?
to have you back.
Oh, I'd love to come back.
We
Yeah,
come out to
thank
your
you.
ranch. We'll set up out there. We'll
Oh,
just spend an
wonderful.
hour with
There
you. You
go.
let us know.
We'll have the cows in the background.
There you
I
go.
love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Caryn.
Thank you guys very
And
much.
these all get posted to a variety of places, from
Yeah.
Watch Kansas to the Be Courageous Facebook page, soon to be website, all that fun stuff. So, you know, the best thing about all these interviews, outside of the fact that we get to talk to people that we know and get to hear, you guys get information so that you can make decisions. You know, some of this stuff, for example, our investments in Russia.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of
Thank you for
interesting.
telling us.
So you find out a lot of interesting things, and get a lot of good information so that you can make good decisions. So until next time, be courageous.